Water droplets still rolled down your neck as you stepped out of the shower wearing a soft white robe. The bedroom was quiet. You opened the wardrobe searching for clothes when suddenly, thud, a photo album fell near your feet. You bent down slowly, fingers freezing the moment you saw the cover. Your wedding album, 5 years ago. You and Jeon Jungkook smiling brightly in wedding outfits, holding each other like nothing in the world could separate you. Your chest tightened. Back then he wasn't the powerful businessman everyone respected now. He had nothing except dreams, stress, and failures people mocked him for, but you stayed. When investors laughed at him, you believed in him. When he couldn't pay bills, you worked overtime quietly. When he wanted to give up, you held his hand and told him he could do it. You remembered sleeping in a tiny apartment with broken heating while calculating expenses together at midnight. And now the penthouse was huge, his company successful, his name famous. But somewhere along the years your marriage became empty. You turned another page slowly. Jungkook kissing your forehead in one photo. You laughing while feeding him cake in another. The tears came before you realized it. A few drops fell onto the glossy page. You quickly wiped them away, shaking your head at yourself. No, your heart was tired of hurting now. Cold. That was easier. You closed the album carefully and placed it back on the shelf before taking out your clothes. After getting ready, you walked downstairs. The smell of coffee filled the dining room. Jungkook sat at the breakfast table in a dark suit, checking documents on his tablet while sipping coffee. Still handsome, still calm, still far away from you. "Good morning," he said without looking up. You pulled out the chair quietly. "Good morning." The silence between you both felt heavier than words. Jeon Jungkook folded the newspaper beside him before taking another sip of coffee. "I'll be late tonight," he said casually. "There's an event I need to attend." You looked at him quietly for a moment. "Alone?" you asked. His eyes lifted from the table. "You're not asking me to come?" That question made him pause, a small pause, but enough because both of you knew the truth. 2 years ago, he stopped asking. At first, it was excuses, business meetings, networking, dinners, important clients. Then eventually, you stopped waiting beside the door in dresses he never noticed. And somewhere in your heart, you already knew there was someone slowly taking your place. "You'll get bored there," he replied calmly. A lie, you could hear it so easily now. Before you would have argued, asked questions. Cried today, you simply nodded. "'Kay, no fight, no emotion." That somehow made Jungkook uncomfortable. The maid came and placed bread and omelet in front of you. At that moment, your phone buzzed. You checked the notification, expression unreadable. Then suddenly you stood up from the chair. Jungkook frowned slightly. "You're not eating?" You picked up your handbag. "I'm going out with my friends." His eyes stayed on you for a second longer. Strange, you didn't ask permission before. You always informed him carefully. Waited for approval, asked what time to come home. Now you were simply telling him, not asking. The change felt unfamiliar. But his pride didn't allow him to react, so he just nodded once. "Okay, that's it." Yet after you walked away, the dining table felt unusually silent. Jungkook stared at your untouched breakfast. For some reason, he suddenly wondered, who messaged you that early in the morning? Inside the car, Jeon Jungkook loosened his tie slightly while checking his phone. A new message appeared. Yuna, message Yuna. "Babe, how about this dress for tonight?" Photo attached. The picture showed a revealing black dress hugging her figure perfectly. Jungkook stared at it for a moment before typing back quickly. Message Jungkook, "Looks good." Just like that, he forgot about the woman who had sat across from him at breakfast minutes ago. The driver stopped in front of the company building. Employees immediately bowed politely as he walked through the lobby in his expensive suit. "Good morning, sir." "Good morning, CEO Jeon." His assistant hurried beside him with a tablet in hand. "Sir, the investor meeting is at 11, lunch with Director Han at 1, and tonight is the charity event at 7. Jungkook nodded calmly while walking toward the elevator. Near the reception desk, 2 female staff members quietly watched him pass. One of them scoffed softly after he entered the elevator. "I seriously don't understand how Mrs. Jeon tolerates him." Her friend lowered her voice nervously. "SHH, someone will hear." "But it's true, everyone knows about that girl beside him lately," the other employee sighed. "One day he'll receive the biggest karma." Meanwhile, upstairs, Jungkook entered his office. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the city he once dreamed of conquering. Now he owned half of it, but the office still felt strangely empty. He sat down in his chair, opening files on his desk when his phone buzzed again. Message Yuna. "Babe, I need a necklace matching the dress." Pleading face. Jungkook didn't even hesitate. Message Jungkook. "Okay, simple, easy, no effort needed." Yet for some reason, his mind briefly flashed to you standing beside the dining table that morning, calm eyes. Cold voice, no jealousy, no questions, nothing, and somehow that silence disturbed him more than anger ever could.